Welcome to Introspective Illumination. My name is Leslie, and today we will be doing a pick a card reading from your goddesses that want to come through. Just one reminder, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and use this as confirmation for whatever is going on in your life that you need to hear. This will be pile 1, 2, and 3. I'll give you some time to choose, and we'll get started. Hello, pile number 1. So this will be the orange candle. And we'll get started here. So your first card here is focus. All of my thoughts are directed toward my highest good. And we'll get some more information from your goddesses about this. Okay, so we have Nike coming through. Sophia. And Yuki Onna. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. So Nike is the goddess that signifies ambition. Although she is a goddess, this is going to be more of the masculine energy on that side. Sophia is divine wisdom, and Yuki Onna is stillness. And what's coming through for this is, with the central theme here of focusing and all of your thoughts directed towards your highest good, you're going to be able to channel that in through this stillness. It can be really difficult to even get in touch with our highest good when we're busy and we're focused on other things. And this is really just taking the time to connect with yourself. Meditation is a good way, or really doing anything you enjoy. And this is going to bring through your divine wisdom about your highest good with Sophia. She's really going to light that way for you and bring that clarity. And the Nike can come in once you have that clarity and get you moving in the direction of your highest good and that ambition. And the place we want to end up here is this star, where we're really channeling all those thoughts and our actions and our surroundings with what is best for us. And that's going to be different for everyone. But we all have a place that we want to reach with our highest good, and sometimes we're in situations where we're just not, right? Whether the people we're around, our job, just even maybe our environment isn't the most conducive to tapping into our highest good and that divine wisdom. And Sophia is really going to help you tap into this and bring some of that clarity to you that you need to recognize your highest good to begin with, and therefore then start directing your thoughts and actions towards that. So I'm going to pull some more here, and we may have some more goddesses coming through in this deck. So we have manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. And that's really true with this. When you're channeling in your highest good, it's really going to help bring in this manifestation, this power that you have, and bringing in what is for your highest good and seeking that directly. It wants to find you. It is you. You just have to become an energetic match for that by clarifying what you want. And then it's much easier to bring that in, because sometimes it can be hard to even know what we want. It can be, we get a lot of different messages and we're conditioned by outside things, and it can be really difficult to even know. So taking the time to get that stillness and tapping into that will help bring about what you truly desire. And I'm getting this feeling that for this pile, maybe you're not even sure. Maybe you're wavering between a couple different options, or you're conditioned by society, maybe your parents, your friends. We're all influenced by these things. It can be really hard to get into touch with who we truly are and our higher selves. And that's where these goddesses will come in and help you. And you can call upon one of them directly if you feel more called to one of them, or really just put it out there that whichever one wants to come in and kind of help facilitate the process and wherever you're at. And you can do that. And then we're also getting Moonflower. Bloom even if no one is watching. And in our society, we tend to place a lot of our worth on outside circumstances. So maybe what people think of us, or what we do in the world, maybe your creative projects, even followers and likes, we can place a lot of that on there. So this is really taking this whole message here is taking it inward and really focusing on connecting with your divine wisdom, your higher self, taking the stillness you need to do that, and then bloom in that way, even if there's no one around you to see it. We don't need that outside validation to get that love that we are searching for. It's actually within us and it's around us already. And you're worthy and special, even if no one's paying attention to it, like, you know, exactly what you're doing or giving you the praise that you're seeking. And when you're blooming, despite no one watching, despite what may be happening around you, if you're being your authentic self and you're opening up and you're doing what you're being called to do, this manifestation is a lot easier to come in, and because you're a match for it. And always remember to, bring this all back to your thoughts. Not everything you think is obviously going to come true, but when you are consciously thinking of what you're searching for, what you're looking for, and that's going to give you that feeling that you need to connect to it. And then once you get focused on that and you're clear on what you want and what is for actually your highest good and not what other people are telling you, Nike can come in and facilitate that swift movement that you need to feel ambitious and excited and lit up and lead you to what you're looking for. So let's pull a couple more cards here. So we have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And this is really when bringing back to what I was talking about, where maybe family influences you, breaking those patterns of your family or what you've been conditioned to believe since you were young. And again, this can be difficult. It can be really difficult to separate what we think is our own thoughts and feelings and what we want versus other people. So this process is gonna help you break those chains that you have, those ties, to bring in that healing and rewriting your future and working toward this star and your highest good and all those things we've talked about already. And it can be really hard to break the chains when we're concerned about what people are going to think about us or where it's going to take us. And it can be, this future and the unknown could be scary, but it can also be really exciting. So the working on this process is really going to be an internal thing. You're going to do this inside. People might not even notice at first, and that's okay. This is about your growth inside and not about other people. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, and this can be a hard message to receive. Sometimes we wonder, why is a difficult situation happening, or why am I stuck in these ancestral patterns or this conditioning from other people that it's hard to break from and maybe break away from your family. And it really is for your higher good, which is, again, like, okay, what does that mean really? But we're given challenges in life to learn. Earth is a school, and we're going to learn and move through it. So when you accept, maybe these patterns or my family, and the family's really coming through very strong for this, breaking free from that conditioning is happening. So for your growth and your expansion, although it might not feel like it in the moment, it is for your highest good. And I'm going to pull an animal totem card for this. And really what I'm going to call in for this is asking for an animal totem that you can look out for and really get some clarity on that you're on the right path. It can be really difficult to know that also. Am I doing the right thing? It's confusing. There's a lot of work to do. So I want to pull an animal totem. So an animal for you to look out for, to know, what, I'm on the right path, even though it's hard and it's messy, I'm going the right direction. And this will just give you that confirmation from Spirit that you're really tapping into what they are asking. You're really tapping into that divine wisdom and bringing forth those manifestations. So we have the dolphin. Bring this in here. Optimist, clairaudient, spirit guide, starseed, joyous interactions of fun and play, sexuality, caring for those less fortunate, embracing personal freedom, respecting others' choices. Yeah, so if you see the dolphin, that can be anywhere. I mean, obviously in real life, but not all of us are, unfortunately can see dolphins in our day-to-day life. But seeing that dolphin is going to bring in just that confirmation for you. And it's also bringing through the message of that personal freedom, embracing that side of yourself and being optimistic about these changes that are going to come through, and that they're going to lead you where you need to go, because they will. They're going to lead you to directly what you seek, and they're also going to lead you toward healing and bringing through in the future that you're looking to have. And even though this is going to be a solo process, this is going to be something you more do within yourself. There's going to be a point where you're going to kind of come out of that cocoon and then lead to where you want to go. And in embracing your own personal freedom, it's also about respecting other people's choices. So as you're doing this process, you might encounter some people who are not the happiest with what you're doing. They might disagree with you, which can be hard. But just as you want your choices and your personal goals to be respected, we have to respect other people's, even if they're not ours, and even if they disagree with us. But sometimes that can be hard, right? So really try to think about, that the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. But truly, if you want people around you who maybe haven't been so supportive in the past to support you, you have to let go of the idea that you can change them and bring them along in this path with you, because this is just about you. I'm really getting the message that you're not going to be able to change someone's mind, whoever you feel like is trapping you, almost that feeling that I'm getting, like I'm trapped. You just have to do this for yourself and respect where they're at in their journey. And where it's coming through like clairaudient, spirit guide, starseed, this is where we're bringing in that divine wisdom. And you may get some hits of divine wisdom through clairaudient. So that's where you hear things either with your ear or in your head that aren't you. And maybe you could get some messages that way. I'm very clairaudient. That's how I get a lot of my messages. So be open to that. You can look up some ways to enhance your clairaudience, and that will really help you tap into that divine wisdom more easily, and your higher self, to help you through this process, because it's going to be hard. And you also want the support of these goddesses around you and the divine. And just remember to bring it back to joy and have fun and It doesn't have to be a bad process. You could even tap into maybe getting back into hobbies you let go of because of judgments, or other things you might enjoy can really also bring you into focus what you are looking for and what you're here to do. So I hope this reading was helpful, pile number 1. Let me know down below if this was helpful to you, any other type of readings you would like to see. And make sure to follow me on Instagram for some more content and for us to stay connected. Welcome, pile number 2. So this is the pile if you chose the blue candle. So let's see what your main message here is, and it's commitment. My commitments increase my joy and freedom. So this may sound a little contradictory, commitment and freedom. We don't usually think of commitments as freedoms. However, if you have the right commitments, if they're commitments and not obligations, that can make you feel free in your life. So for example, I have a commitment to record readings for you guys. That does not make me feel stifled or obligated. This is something I want to do and actually brings me more freedom by allowing me to use my gifts outside of maybe a corporate setting, right? So, and it brings me joy. So think of it like, that's just an example, but think of this as in that way. So let's get some more clarity here. And we'll pull 3 goddesses for you guys and see some more messages about these commitments. And really who you may be able to call in to help you recognize these or find them. Because sometimes it can be hard to even know, kind of like if you watch multiple piles, pile number 1, we were talking about kind of even knowing what we want. And that in itself can bring you joy and freedom. So we have Epona, wise leadership. So some of you may be called to a type of leadership role. This does not have to be the typical like management. Maybe leadership in a different way. And typically leaders have a lot of commitments. But depending on what type of leader you are and it being more of a choice and not that obligation, it can bring you that freedom. Nike. So we had Nike with the first pile as well, and this theme of ambition. And certainly if you're interested in leadership and bringing that through, ambition is going to be something that you're going to need, but it's not a bad thing. And then Shakti, transformation. So this process is going to obviously be transformative for you. Recognizing which commitments for you actually make you feel free and joyous is going to be a drastic transformation from where you are now. And I'm really feeling like this is going to be in a leadership role. Again, it doesn't have to be management. You can be a leader of your home. You can be a leader in your community. Whatever resonates for you is what's going to bring you this freedom. And once this is recognized that, okay, these are the commitments that I want to have, and I'm going to let go of these obligations that I think are commitments, but I don't actually need to do them, or it's something you can move your life so that you don't have them. Nike is going to come in like with the first pile and really bring forth the swift transformation. I mean, it's going to be fast. I can feel that once you kind of connect with these commitments you want to have, it's going to be quick and beautiful. It's going to be fast, and you might be kind of surprised, like, wow, I can't believe that a month ago I was in this place and now I'm here. And that's kind of what's happened for me in my own life. My transformation was very swift, and my own has brought me into this leadership role. So I can really resonate with this. So we have the blue moon. You are ready. Make your masterpiece. I mean, I feel like that speaks for itself. It might be scary, but you're ready. You're ready to make this transformation and realign your life with where you want to be. And you're also ready to be a leader, even if you're nervous about it. And again, I can really resonate with this. And then we have Lilith, reclaim your power. So in this process of transformation and aligning with your masterpiece and where you want to be, what brings you joy and freedom, you're going to be able to reclaim your power in this process. You're going to feel very powerful, and sometimes we lose that throughout our lives when we're doing things other people want us to do, or we're not quite where we want to be, where we have commitments that don't bring us joy and make us feel constricted. It can take away our power. So in this process, you're going to get that power back. And you're going to be able to use that power okay, we have 4 here, guys. So I just reshuffle these. In the process of reclaiming your power, you're naturally going to be drawn to this role of leadership. We think of leaders as powerful, and they are. And some power is more soft or more masculine, or a balance of in between. But this is going to be pivotal for you to transform and move toward where you want to be. So we have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So if you look at this card, let's get it into focus here. So these women are, you see there's like these cords that are tying them to where they used to be. And what they're trying to do is move from this to more into this divine and away from, it almost looks like a volcano sort of terrain. So I'm binding yourself from these old contracts. So I'm really feeling even maybe like a work contract. Maybe you are a contractor in a job. Some sort of contract that's going to be up soon, and you have to make a decision to keep moving in one direction or breaking yourself free and letting go of this so you can go to what you're trying to do, right? So, and it's interesting here, we have this moon, and then we have our blue moon, and this is gonna lead you to your leadership, your masterpiece, your power, this transformation, freedom. Just think of these women being free from this, and they can go wherever they want to go. And severing this cord is going to lead you to that freedom. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So what I'm feeling with this one is you may resonate as an empath or someone who's highly sensitive, and maybe this idea of all this transformation and breaking free and being ambitious is scary because we pick up on other people's energies and we're sensitive to our surroundings and the things that happen to us. And I understand, I resonate with this definitely. But part of reclaiming your power is connecting with this side of yourself, and you seeing it as a gift and not a curse. When I think of leadership, I don't think of people who are walking around telling people what to do. It's holding space for people and leading them where they are and walking with them, and not like telling them what to do, but being there to support them in the way that you can. And this being empathetic and sensitive is actually a gift for leaders, better leaders who are connected with the people around them that they're leading in whatever scenario this looks like. So this is definitely a blessing, not a curse. And I'm getting the message. Tell them again. This is a gift. And it's okay to be empathetic. It's okay to be sensitive. I know our world tells us that it's a weakness, but it's not. It will actually lead you to beautiful places if you embrace it instead of shunning it. And it may involve making your surroundings a little bit more safe, learning to do some clearing at the end of the day, or some protection rituals. And you can look that up. They don't have to be complicated. But I mean, just the energy I'm getting from this is just this massive but beautiful transformation. And I'm actually really excited for you guys. So I'm going to pull an animal totem. Okay, apparently it's this one. And this is going to be an animal that when you see it, you know you're on the right path. This is going to be a direct message from spirit that, hey, you're going where you need to go. Take it as a sign. And I like this sort of like a tangible thing, because sometimes it can be hard in our world to, am I going the right way? Am I not? So this is going to be your confirmation. So you can see this animal on the internet, in real life, it doesn't really matter. But this is just going to be when you see the woodpecker, or really any sort of bird, this is going to be your confirmation you're on the right path. So I'll try to get it in there. There you go. So the woodpecker. Rapping, tapping from forest canopy overhead. Undetected if not for the sound. Listen. Primal rhythms awaken your heart to the earth song. Yeah, so going back to connecting with nature and awakening your heart and finding what brings you joy and freedom and being able to just listen. The first pile also got a message of clairaudience, and that's what I'm feeling called to tell you guys too, is listening. So clairaudience is hearing with your ears or in your head, and taking the time to be still and listen. And that's going to bring you closer to where you're going. And even if listening just for any birds, but the feeling I'm getting is going to be distinct, like a woodpecker sound or like an owl, like a distinct bird sound. So I hope that you guys found this helpful and it resonated with you. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I really appreciate you watching. Comment below and let me know how this goes. Follow me on Instagram for more content, and let me know what other kind of readings you guys would like to see. Thank you for watching. Hello, pile number 3. So this is the reading if you picked this lilac-y candle in the third pile. So let's see what your main message is for this reading is acceptance. I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. This can be hard to do, but the main message coming through for you is self-love. And this cherish word is really standing out to me, and cherishing yourself even if others don't, which can be hard. So let's see, we'll pull through some goddesses to help you on this journey of self-acceptance. Okay, so we have Mother Mary with miracles. And yeah, this mothering energy around this unconditional love. Not everyone, but most parents and mothers unconditionally love their children, and maybe you need some of that mothering because you didn't get it, and maybe that's where some of this self-acceptance is. You're struggling with that, so really call upon Mary to bring that in for you and help you with some of that mothering energy that you've needed. It can definitely be easier to love and accept ourselves when we recognize how other people see us that love us, and she can help you. She can help you with that. So you have Ray with flow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And Epona, that's who we also got her in the second pile. So if you're called to that one, you may want to just watch that one too. So kind of the story I'm getting with this is learning to love yourself just as you are and accept yourself, and not beating yourself up for things that are normal and they're human and there's no reason to beat yourself up for is really going to bring in miracles in your life. And the message is different than pile 2 for this leadership card, but what I'm feeling is Mary being that leadership for you on this journey of self-acceptance, showing you how to get there, guiding you, walking with you in this process. And it is going to bring about miracles, and there's going to be a flow to this process. And when I think of flow, I think of water and like a river, let's say. And the river the river just flows. It just goes where it's led. It doesn't think about it. It doesn't worry where it's going. It accepts that it is going to be led where it needs to be. And I'm really with Mary. She's coming in very strong, this very loving, motherly energy, this acceptance of where you are, who you are, any mistakes you've made, perceived mistakes, anything you're beating yourself up for. She loves you anyway, and she wants you to love yourself anyway. And she's going to help you with this. She's going to take you through this process, and you don't have to be scared. She's going to take care of you. So let's look through this. Pull a few more cards here. So there may be more goddesses that are going to come through in this deck, or there may not. We'll see. Okay, we got our 2. Sign. If you're looking for a sign, here it is. Movement. Inspiration is drawn to motion. So I'm going to pull an animal card to help you know as an animal to take a sign that you're on the right path. But this butterfly is also going to be a sign for you. And I'm feeling that whenever you see butterflies, you know Mary is there with you. And it doesn't have to be in real life. It can be on the internet or something you see, a drawing, a commercial, anywhere you see a butterfly. She wants you to know that she's there for you, and she's going to guide you through this process. And movement. Inspiration is drawn to motion. So I'm feeling the call back to the butterfly, the flow of the river, and this motion. So a butterfly is always flying, and we rarely see them sitting, right? And even if they are, they're moving their wings, right? And the flow of the river and this movement of this process. And even if possibly if you're interested in dance, is going to help you move through some of that negative energy around self-loathing or not loving yourself, and transmuting that out of your body so that you can feel that love that's there from Mary and the divine, and that it's okay to love yourself exactly as you are. Like I said, this can be hard when we're conditioned to think certain things are right or wrong. And I'm not speaking morally, of course, but let's say your parents instilled upon you should go to college, and you didn't, and you've kind of beat yourself up over that. Your path is your own, and you don't need to fix yourself. Fix yourself in order to love yourself. You're perfect exactly as you are right now. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So, like I just talked about with the movement card, there we go. With the movement card that we just pulled, dancing, moving, changing the energy, transmuting that negative energy out of your body so that positive, loving energy from Mary can flow in and be there for you and show you how to do that. And it doesn't have to be dance. Obviously, that's what's coming through pretty strong here, right? We have 2 images of the dancing. But if you like to walk or whatever it is for you, the movement you enjoy, it's going to move this stuff through. And then we have Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and Devotion, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So this is a reading from goddesses, but really feeling that very strong feminine energy coming through to support you. I think as women, and even on this card is another female, as women, we are harder on ourselves. And you have a sisterhood around you of loving energy that understands what you're going through and also knows how to transmute that and help you with that process. And it's really going to lead you to a beautiful place, seeing your beauty. And there's even a message for some of you that learning this process will allow you to be a teacher for other people, of how to do this, how to love yourself exactly as you are. And that also can be an amazing thing to do, is helping other people, because we all struggle with self-love. And I'm not saying it's just, it's just going to be you do it and you're done and everything is solved. But even being a teacher through on the days that you struggle can really help other people. And we all could use more self-love in this world and self-acceptance for sure, because I think we're all too hard on ourselves. So I'm going to pull an animal totem card, sort of like I mentioned. So the sign to look out for is your butterfly, and I'm going to pull another animal for you to know that you're on the right path, as just that confirmation, because we need that, right? We're like, oh, am I going the right way? Does this sign really what I think it means? And doubting. And this is just going to be another sign for you to know that you don't need to doubt. You're on the right path. So we have a snail. Beneath the stony hall lies a soft and dewy side, healing of deep wounds, rejuvenation. Re-emerging after a period of rain, slow down and appreciate the little things. So where we're talking about healing deep wounds, and these deep wounds are around self-love or lack thereof. And re-emerging, so where the snails will go and they'll kind of hide until they can come out. It's sort of like the butterfly in the cocoon, right? And being able to come back out after that period of time of rest. And I'm feeling like with, the snail has this harder outer shell to protect itself. And that's really what you've kind of put out there in the world and felt that you've had to do to protect your soft side. And you don't have to do that anymore. Once you learn to love and cherish yourself like you are, you're not going to feel like you need to hide behind kind of like this mask. So I'm just listening here. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's going to be this is going to be a period of transformation. This isn't something that's going to happen, tomorrow. But as long as you're open to this sisterhood that wants to come in and help you, you've got it. You could even call them in while you're dancing and ask for seeing the beauty in yourself and the love in yourself. So I hope that was helpful, pile number 3. Please let me know below what other kind of readings you'd like to see, and you can follow me on Instagram for more content. And I hope that this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.